What's up, Internet? I want to welcome you to what was initially going to be a month-long video Let's Play of Deadly Premonition. Deadly Premonition, rather. Got something in my throat. Except, somebody thought it'd be a good idea to update the PS3. And they continue to have brilliant ideas in that, apparently when a PS3 tries to update itself, even after the update is finished, if it freezes, your entire PS3 somehow physically eats itself in such a way that your PS3 cannot be repaired by the manufacturer, by specialty shops, or anyone. So that was fun to find out. I'd also like to welcome you to what was going to be a video on Zombies Ate My Neighbors, a horror-ish, arcadey shooter thing I played the hell out of when I was a kid, except some jerk-ass decided to steal my copy. And I went desperately to the one game shop my town has to pick up a copy, which they in fact did, which was weird to notice that they actually had that. They generally don't have anything awesome, but they had a copy, looked like a dog ate it, and they wanted $350. So we're playing Darkstalkers 3, which I'm going to probably die in the second match. So let's just see how far we make it. Now we are going to pick out of all these crazy characters the Bumblebee Lady, because she is this game's Cammy, in that she is my girl, and she's the one character I've ever managed to win with. So let's see how badly I get my face kicked in for this Halloween video thing. I mean, seriously, I was out of videos, or games to do videos on at this point. It was basically this, or doing Sonic Adventure 2 again. Which, don't get me wrong, I'm going to do that on my own time, but I'm surprised I'm doing this well. I mean, yes, I'm set on, like, 2-star difficulty, but I shouldn't be doing this well. Yay, Bumblebee Girl! So this is Vampire Savior, Darkstalkers 3, the last game in the Darkstalkers series at this point. I mean, yes, there was one that was released digitally a couple years back, but that was literally just an HD version of this game, which still looks gorgeous today, non-HD, and on the Sega Saturn. On the Saturn, really losing my voice here. But on the Saturn, this was actually an import exclusive. The other two were available in North America, but this one wasn't. You could get it on the PS1, and you can get it on PSN for about $5, but I've been told that version is kind of garbage. But I really like this game. While I'm awful at fighting games, I really like this game. And, well, I'm not sure I'd say it's the best fighting game on the series on the system. It's damn close. I would tend to rank it up there. Oh, isn't she cute? I tend to rank it up there with, like, Samurai Showdown 4, and just to throw a 3D fighter in the game, maybe Fighter's Megamix. That game was pretty awesome. But this is a Capcom fighter that plays much like many other Capcom fighters, which means I can't play it. I can't play fighting games in general, but yeah, pretty simple Capcom fighting game. The biggest draw to this is just the crazy characters and the really unique attacks and animations and stuff. Like, let's see if I can do it. I didn't do it. I know there's a move my character can do where she dies and then, like, inserts herself into her opponent to make them, like, turn into a cocoon. It was a crazy move. I managed to pull it off about a month ago when I had to record footage for this for a video review that isn't of this game. And I'm going to be cryptic about that, but it's not out yet. It will be. You'll know it when it happens. I'm not sure how people will react to that video, though, because I had a lot of fun with it. I'm not sure other people will like what I did with it. But regardless, this is an excellent game, and you should totally play it, because it is very good. And there's a digital copy now, which you can get, which is relatively nice. Plus, it's got online multiplayer, if that's something that you care about. Not me so much, but, you know, that's not my thing. I'm happy fighting the computer and getting my ass handed to me because I can't fight the computer to save my life using on easy settings. Would you believe this was like my 9th idea for a Halloween video? Like, seriously, I had so many and they all just fell through. Like, Deadly Premonition was the first one. Zombies Ate My Neighbors was my second serious one, but I had like 5 in between. I thought about Silent Hill 2, but it's been so long since I played it, I'd probably not be able to do the puzzles anywhere near competently. And I didn't want to embarrass myself. And yet I'm embarrassing myself with my lack of fighting game prowess playing on, like, the easiest setting. And barely managing to win. This is also a cheap import. Like, imports tend to be cheap. This one is pretty cheap. It's the most expensive of the Darkstalkers games if you want to import it, but the English versions are also readily available for you, which is why. Whereas this one tends to cost about maybe $15 more. It's still just a colorful, bright, fun game full of personality, and I love it. Despite not being wildly competent at it, because I can't pull off too many special moves, because I've never understood that whole rotational direction thing. I've been bad at stuff like that. Also, I'm playing with a Saturn controller, which doesn't help, but it didn't help that I was playing with an analog controller on Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on the Xbox 360. Of course, my Xbox 360 pad also, like, both control sticks don't auto-center. From the day I bought my Xbox 360 from Future Shop, the controls, they didn't auto-center. And I, like, tried to... Aw, see, I lost. See, I'm bad at fighting games. Anyway, my sticks won't auto-center, so... we'll go again, yeah. But, I tried to, like, try and get a replacement from Future Shop, and they were like, well, you bought the system works, so we can't replace it. So I've had to, for about 5 years now, deal with a controller that has one, the movement stick on the left, it drifts to the left, and my movement stick on the right drifts to the right, so my character's constantly, like, running in a circle, turning in a completely opposite direction. And games with, like, super sensitive menus like Viva Pinata, it's just hectic to even try. But, I make do. Speaking of 360, I just finished a 360 review of a 360 import game. All one of them that I own, so try and figure out which one that is. But that was fun. I think my clips were a little big, but it was kind of an arcadey game, and you kind of had to show all the various bits, because cutting in between it just would have been a little bit odd, I think. But, yeah. I'm playing some 360. That'd be the second 360 review this month I've done. And I think I'm gonna take a break from 360 for reviews for a little while. Thinking about doing a bunch more Super Famicom reviews just because they're so cheap and I've got them. I'm also tentatively thinking about touching Kingdoms of Amalur on the PS3 for review, because that was a game I really liked, despite a lot of problems that it had, like it being stupid easy. Like, that was the biggest problem that game had, is it was just dumb how easy that game was. I beat it using level 1 gear on the hardest settings without ever dying. But, that's a tremendous RPG we will never see a sequel to, because people scared off investors, and now it's owned by the state of Rhode Island for reasons, because property and ownership and stuff. That's fun. I'm really bitter I didn't get to play Zombies Ate My Neighbors. It's been a long time since I got to play it. And the annoying thing is, unless it happens to come out on, like, the Wii U Virtual Console, like, tomorrow, since I'm doing this video a few days in advance, there's no way for me to play it. It's like, I have it on the Wii Virtual Console, but that's on my Wii U. And I don't have a Wii Classic controller. I was rocking the GameCube controller, which of course the Wii U doesn't have a thing for, which means my only Virtual Console controller is the classic Wii Remote, which doesn't work for most of my Virtual Console stuff. That's a massive oversight, I think. I'm annoyed about that for a lot of little stupid reasons, but it's annoying. It's like, oh, you want to play Musha? Well, you can. You've got the Wii Remote, you can play it, but you're gonna basically have to... This scene is neat, fighting on the side of a building, but it's like the most awkward control scheme ever, trying to use like a Genesis controller with the Wii Remote. Same with like Alien Soldier, like you could do it, but it's just awkward and you're probably gonna lose within a few minutes. Ow. Felicia is one of like the 2 well-known Darkstalkers characters, because she's in everything, including that really atrocious cross-edge. I've heard Cross Edge is going up in price, and I have no idea why. I mean, I don't think it's a wildly rare game, but it's also awful. It's like the worst RPG on the PS3. It's like, it's got a great roster of like 50 different characters from your favorite JRPGs on the PS2, which that's cool, except that they force you to use characters that you wouldn't normally use and stuff. And it's very arbitrary, so basically you would have to level up 50 different characters all at the same time, just in case one character you never use is required for one fight, and that's stupid. Also, it reuses a lot of assets from other Idea Factory stuff. Like, that's another thing. Idea Factory is just kind of known for reusing assets like Hyperdimension Neptunia. Like, I played the Dynasty Warriors game, which makes me really respect Dynasty Warriors games and their complexity, and that's the second time I've never thought I've had to say that in my life, but that game is just stupidly simple. My B-girl died. You stupid cat girl. I'm sad. I will not lose to the cat girl with my B-girl. The supremacy of B-girls being better than cat girls must be known to the world. And if I lose, maybe that'll be it. I don't know. Ow. Damn it. It would help if I actually knew what I was doing. Ow. But yes, very obvious at this point. I'm awful at fighting games. But you at least get to watch a neat fighting game. Ow. What else has been going on in my life? Not much. Been waiting on a couple imports for the PS3, which... Not my first imports on the PS3. I somehow got a copy of an Australian game on the PS3. Just because, for whatever reason, my GameStop had one at the time, but they've since closed down and don't have games anymore. Besides, they never had much of a stock anyway, let's just be honest. GameStop's kind of terrible. Like, that's one thing that was cool about game shops, rather, back in, like, the 90s and 80s. It's like, every shop had a very small inventory, but they all had different games. And you could just go around to, like, 5 different places a day and see, like, none of them had the same games. Now it's all just homogenized and standardized, and it's just kind of boring. You never see anything interesting anymore. That bothers me. Aww. And whatever the hell just happened, and it's becoming very clear I'm awful at fighting games. Although I'm not quite satisfied by this. You know what? I'll be back. I've got an idea for something else. Let's see if I can... Stop changing my name to Capcom, damn it. Maybe my name is Albert Armadillo Alfonso. But suddenly I'm Cap. Anyway, I'll be back with Super Castlevania 4. Now, I've secretly replaced the copy of Super Castlevania 4 that I've never owned with a copy of Ernest Evans. Let's see if the audience notices. And here we are in Super Quapplevania 4. Let's get going. Haha. Let's go, Evans. So this is, in case you haven't noticed, probably not the game I promised you, mainly because I've never owned Super Castlevania 4. That game's kind of broken anyway. Instead, we get the much superior Ernest Evans, which I'm probably also not going to be very good at, but that's because this game is just too awesome for me to be good at. So yeah, this game is basically the greatest game ever, and I mean that in all seriousness. Like, if you haven't seen my review on this, totally do. Health potion. Nope. It was roofied. Anyway, roll, Evans, roll. Haha. You can actually... I've never seen that happen before, but you can actually die through that gate without the key to save time. This is the original Ragdoll physics game, and for a Genesis game, it's pretty cool. Like, as you can see, the character looks a little bit weird, mainly because of, ironically, them trying to make the character look awesome. It looks incredibly awkward, but this is still one of the must-have games on the Genesis. It's also one of the few Genesis games I can play on the Retron 3. Because for whatever reason, the Genesis port just sucks on this thing. Like, I don't have too many Genesis games. I've got maybe like 10. Of the 10 I own, 2 of them work. The rest keep getting like a, this cartridge was made for NTSC error. And it's like, well, this system was made to be NTSC. Also, this system was made to be region-free. So, I don't know what the problem is. But, as awkward as this game is, it's also one of the most awesome games ever. And if you don't think so, well, that's a shame. Also, if you like Tales of games, you have to thank this game for how awesome Tales of is, because this is where the Tales team started. Also, Motoe Sakuraba's soundtrack on this one, so we're gonna climb up the left wall, assuming we don't get eaten by the worm monster. Also, you can't run up the right right wall like that. Words are hard. I speak for a living. But, you're supposed to take those platforms. Don't. Grab the indie hat, because Flamey Whip of Death, granted by the indie hat. And just jam out to the catchy tunes. And Action Roll, because Action Roll. Evans invented it. They don't give him credit, but he totally invented the combat roll that everyone else now uses. Oh, this game is awesome. I know it looks like a mess, but it is a legitimately great game, and I can't urge you enough to go watch my review of it, because this isn't gonna represent how amazing this game is, but it totally is. Also, we gotta stay as close to this boss as possible, because those little bugs on the right will actually basically instantly murder you, because of the way damage is dealt in this game. And this is the one where we get jumped up into the air by giant spiky death pits into lava, because I'm bad at this game too. I'm bad at all games, except that one that you probably never played, and Gotcha Force, and every other game that I haven't shown thus far, because you can't prove I'm not good at them. Okay, rocks. These useless little pebbles. Like, for example, that useless little pebble that you can only get in that cave and not just pick up off the ground. That's the most deadly weapon in this game. Ernest Evans, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, this game is just so much fun. And it's good it is, because it's one of the 2 Genesis games I can actually play. I hear the Retron 5 fixed it, and I kind of want to get one. Also because it has, like, HDMI out, which would make my videos probably at least a little nicer. But they cost like $200, and I'm not getting any guarantees on quality increase, so... Whoa! That bit's a little bit tricky. Now this might not look like it, but it's actually a bit of a maze level, so you gotta follow this direct path and kill this scorpion, and then go fight the boss with the rocks, who will basically get one-shotted by it. There, boss is dead. That's the power of the useless pebbles, by the way. It instant kills. Yay, Evans. Evans is so good. And he totally is. Now we go right. And we are in some death cave, which looks suspiciously like another death cave you have to deal with later. And we're gonna go fight some giant monster or something. Flail! Not as useful as the, stupid useless pebbles, by the way. Ooh. I don't think I can make it through this level without dying. Giant medieval catapult. Oh, Evans. Ragdolling to his death. And yet, he's still the greatest action hero. Who looks like Roy Fokker and is totally Roy Fokker. Just trying to be Indiana Jones. Oh, we gotta go up there. Whoop! Woo! The physics in this game are just outstanding. Yeah, Evans. Evans is awesome. You totally need a copy of this game if you have a Genesis, by the way. It is recommended and required. It is the rules, I've just decided. Now we fight this magic man. Before he was turning little boys into bread people. or stuff. Yay! That's done. Should probably avoid those bullets though. Okay, we just skipped half the level. You're supposed to fall down that train. If you just hold left, you literally start halfway through the level. Grab that, and now we're done. Just gotta go fight the final boss of this area and get out of here. If you don't, you gotta deal with those planes, and that sucks. Which is why we don't do that. Now we fight the coal wormy thing. Because coal wormy things. Come on. Yay! And then we fly out because style points, also Roy Fokker. Known for both style points and airplanes. And this is the only link to any other game in the series, is this girl, who's the main character of every other game in the series, and is not even remotely addressed in the North American version. And I jumped too early. You get catapulted if you time it right. And now we get to fight Guile, who's trying to shank us, and we're just gonna run past him. Acrobatic shanking Guile. This game's awesome. Whoa! Damn it, Guile. I never was good at fighting Guile. Or DJ. DJ sucks. But Evans, like Cammy, will overcome all. But maybe not necessarily like the B-girl who loses to Catgirl. Because Catgirl fandom. That's it. I lost in Darkstalkers because all the Catgirl fans willed it to happen. This level is where I normally end up game overing. Let's see if we can get a little bit further. Because this level's stupid hard. Doesn't look too bad, but it actually is pretty bad, and I'm on my last life, so this is probably going to be it for Evans. Hopefully not, though. Come on, just get to the exit. Yay! Killed the evil giant googly worm. Oh wait, this isn't the googly worm. The googly worm comes later. Oh, now I want to show googly worm off. Damn it. Haha. Boss fight the level. And we have to fight this random stair climbing thing. Because this is a boss. Because Ernest Evans wills it to be a boss. Come on, Evans, let's go, Quapplemania. You got this. Yeah! Haha. Whee! Action roll. You also have to finish that level with crazy action roll. This song is amazing. Da 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 da. Oh yeah, because now we gotta avoid the death tree, which will kill you anyway. But I have good news. I think this means we get to fight Googly Eye Worm. Which, I get to show off Googly Eye Worm. Also this weapon. Which, I have no idea what it's supposed to be. It's like a rock on a stick or some nonsense. Come on. Oh yeah, Googly Eye Worm. Come on, Googly Eye Worm. This is just a giant worm made of googly eyes. I like Googly Eye Worm. This is why you get Ernest Evans, for awesome moments like Googly Eye Worm and infinite action roll. That's not the actual boss of this level either. This is the actual boss of this level, and no, I have no earthly idea what it's supposed to be. Well, I guess that's it for this Halloween spooktacular. I may have borrowed the word spooktacular and I'm not paying royalties on it. See you next time.